the first episode is boring and doesn't grab your interest, it's not clickbait. Hey everyone, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm the Monio, the interdimensional demon who talks the most about Mighty Nein on YouTube, and you're on my channel. And finally, we had the premiere of the Mighty Nein, an animation based on one of the RPG campaigns from the Critical Role crew, and which technically takes place in the same universe as Vox Machina, but with a different style, visually generic characters, a first episode that doesn't excite you, but then incredibly everything improves a lot, and it even had one of the strangest marketing decisions I've ever seen. But let's take it one step at a time. The Mighty Nein premiered in a very strange way, since it's a Prime Video animation, just like Vox Machina, and the release date was scheduled for November 19th. However, Prime Video decided to simply make the first episode available on YouTube several days before the official premiere, and to this day I'm wondering if this was some kind of mistake by an intern or not, since it's common nowadays to make the first episode of an anime or series available. Crunchyroll, for example, makes the first episode of several anime available on its official YouTube channel, but usually they do this sometime after the anime is premiered and not before the release. It was almost unbelievable to me to see that the first episode was on YouTube, but not yet on Prime Video, and that was very strange. What's even stranger is that the first episode isn't exciting, and don't get me wrong, it's not exactly a bad first episode. It builds the foundation well for the plot that will be used in the following 2 episodes, and it only introduces 3 of the 7 characters who will make up the main group. But it's not the kind of first episode that grabs you right away, like Vox Machina, for example, which has an extremely fun first episode and introduces the whole group at once. And another detail that further discourages those who haven't watched it yet is the character design, which in my opinion is quite generic, with the exception of the female warrior. They all look like characters randomly generated by the customization system of some RPG game, with visuals that are uninspiring and don't give the characters any presence. This consequently makes those who haven't watched it even less interested in them. I know that visuals are very subjective and depend a lot on each person's opinion, but carefully compare the visuals of, for example, the characters in Vox Machina, see which ones are more stylish, and draw your own conclusions. But the Monio, with so many apparent flaws, are you still going to try to convince me that this animation is good? And I'm telling you, yes, I will, because from the second episode onwards, the series kicks down the door and starts showing the full potential of the characters and how exciting this series is going to be. I know it's hard to continue after a first episode of almost 50 minutes that isn't that exciting, but believe me, it's totally worth continuing. The third episode is even better than the second and ends in an extremely chaotic way, leaving you wanting to know where it's all going. So yes, I highly recommend watching this series. It's different from Vox Machina, with a more adult feel, with scenes of nudity and quite explicit violence, but without a doubt the characters' personalities are one of its strong points. They all seem very cool in their own way, and that's probably what will grab your attention the most. Also, the world, unlike Vox Machina, seems to have many more races and humanoid beings, and seems darker despite technically being the same universe. The series will only have 8 episodes, released weekly, with an average duration of 45 minutes, and I'll be watching it. But what about you? Have you watched the first episodes? Do you agree with me? Leave a comment, and if you like the video, subscribe to follow future content. Until next time my people, demonic hugs.